Hey guys, good morning, good evening. Can you hear me? Anyone can say yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Hi guys, my name is Shiva Chaitanya. I'm your trainer. First, let me introduce myself. Then we can have a chance to introduce yourself, and I will get an idea about you guys also. Okay. As I told you, my name is Chaitanya. You can call me Shiva. Okay. And I have total 11 years of experience in the DevOps and the complete Linux administration. I started my career as Linux admin, guys. Then I've done my masters in Europe, and then later on I've worked with different clients, and I work with the two different time zones. Okay, that's why I just said good morning and good evening, because I'm not sure which time zone you're working on. And mostly I do the corporate trainings with the DevOps and the multi-cloud AWS and the Google and the Azure. And this is simply about me. I would like to know about you also, because it will be great whether you are working professional or a student who has done their masters just now. Most of the time, I get the trainings about the master students or the working professionals who wants to switch their career to the cloud, etc. Just if you have a time, like it would be great to introduce yourself. Then we will just directly jump into the part where you will get to know what you are learning on this cloud architecture. Anyone want to go? Just introduce themselves. Then I will have an idea where I want to go. See, most of the time, according to the students, I will be changing the syllabus where, because if you are working professional, okay, for suppose most of the time I get a students like they are a developer or they are a QA engineers, okay, or a database engineer who wants to learn the cloud because of the project development or anything. Okay, then I will go in the part of area where they need it most of the time. Okay, if they are a student, so like I will go a little bit of depth in depth scratch onwards, because they need fundamentals. Okay, that's why I'm just asking about you. What is your role presently you are in? Okay, which position you are in? Then I will have an idea where I will just do some changes in the syllabus where it will be beneficial for you. Anyone want to go?
Yes, Shiva. Hi. I'm Gopi Chan.
Hi, copy.
Yeah. I'm from Chicago. I'm pursuing my master's here, and to be very honest, I don't really know the ABCDs of software engineering. I'm not absolutely new to this stream, and I want to learn this DevOps right from scratch, if that's possible.
Great, great.
Yeah,
Sure, Gopi.
yeah,
We will try to what you say,
yeah.
do it from the fundamentals. Most of the time we will do it, but surely we will go slow if whenever you are feeling that okay, we are going a little bit fast. Okay, don't
Yeah,
worry.
perfect. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. That's all from me.
Yeah. And moreover, guys, just I'm letting you know in the starting only. Whenever you feel you are not in the right track or something, like saying that, okay, I lost here when I'm explaining. Okay, just raise your voice at the minute itself, like saying, "Hey Shiva, I didn't understand this. Can you repeat it again?" Don't wait at the end of the session. Okay, I prefer in the middle of the session, doubts only. Like just open your mic, say that, hey Shiva, I didn't understand, stop here, can you please repeat it again? Okay, in such a way that I will also get to know, like I can ask you where you got untracked out or something, like where you didn't understand it. Then I will be able to repeat it again with the more examples. See, always the cloud part and the DevOps part goes with the examples, guys. Okay, like we have to give more and more examples in such a way that you will in your subconscious mind, it will be reminded for yourself, saying that okay, this is the one which I can compare itself and everything. Okay, if you don't understand the example, then I will try to give you a new example saying that okay, this is the one which things. That's why I prefer in middle of the sessions only raising your voice and just call me Shiva, hey, I didn't understand this. Okay, rather than you are waiting at the end of the session, that I prefer it in normally sessions. Yeah. Uh, any other wants to just introduce themselves?
Yeah, myself Lakshminarayana. So I have around 12 years of experience, development and production support. So I had done my AWS Solution Architect Associate. So I'm looking for AWS Devops. So
Okay.
yeah, that's all
Great.
about.
Great. Then you have an idea about the AWS completely.
Yeah,
So looking at it in the sense like you might have the complete services and etc.
yeah. I know that. I done cloud practitioner as well as Solution Architect Associate
Okay.
certification.
Okay. Then like you are presently working as a cloud engineer for the production support?
No, I'm like production support, not in cloud.
Okay.
So I want to
You wanted
switch
to develop.
yeah,
Okay.
DevOps.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 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 Great. That will be a continuation of your whatever the cloud journey like you have already started. Okay, that will
Yeah.
be good for you starting your cloud journey, continuation of your cloud journey.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. Now I got to know like you have some cloud area and you are looking for the DevOps. Then I will try to a little bit of change to the DevOps where you can learn more tools in the DevOps that I can away of it. Okay. Now, any others? Yep.
Yeah, hi Chaitanya. This is Vishnu.
Hey, hi Vishnu.
Yeah, I'm into SAP ERP, but now since everything is moving into cloud and now whatever we have been doing, there are few things where we will store the data or move the data from on-premise or like the cloud systems that we have into AWS. Means like there are some requirements that are coming. So
Okay,
I would like to understand like how this whole concept works, and this will be a learning experience. So
great. Good to know about Vishnu. Yes, the complete all the modules, it regardless of any module or any project, it is moving into the cloud. Okay, that's why we have to have the knowledge of the cloud. I can just give you an example as you raised. You are working in the different domain. Okay, like one of my neighbor, he's like a JP Morgan. He works for the JP Morgan. Now JP Morgan Chase is not there, guys. Like the US lease. If you have read the LinkedIn articles or any news articles, normally the JP Morgan Chase is the one, the banking industry. Now the Chase has already merged. 99 years lease is completed, and now there is only we call as a JP Morgan Private Limited. Now, the JP Morgan manager, guys, he's like a Indian regional manager, and he's learning the cloud. Why? Because he just pinged me, Shiva, hey, I want to just check out the cloud. What are the modules and etc. I asked him, sir, why you want to do that? You are already a regional manager of complete South Indian, and in the sense he wants to make a role model for that complete project, and the other members saying that I'm learning at this point of age and why can't you learn? Okay, that I was like, it's really great, sir. I was like, then I have sent him the few videos and whatever the notes and everything is, and he was interested in it. Of course, he was not able to join in all the class sessions, but he was like, okay, let me try to read as much as I can. Now, it doesn't matter what is your designation and what is your position. Okay, it became a mandatory your day-to-day life to learn about the cloud because uh, otherwise if you will feel behind yourself, like all the others are going very forward and they are talking something else and you doesn't understand anything. That's why in in any domain, okay, in any domain, it doesn't matter whether you are a database, you are a development, any domain. Now the cloud is became the center of the attraction where it has to be known knowledge for every one of us. That's great. Any others want to? Okay. We have little bit more. Okay. Let me share my screen and we will see today like what are the things which you will be learning in the next 2 months of the time. Okay. 2 months or 2.5 months of the time based on how much interactive you are. see, if you are asking more and more questions, then it will be a little bit take of time. Okay, I'm not promising you saying that okay, it will complete by this day itself. Why? Because it's based on your interaction, guys. Okay, but suppose if you have more questions, then I will have to be our sessioning will be happening, and it will be little bit of length of time and etc. Our goal is not about the what do you say, completing of it. Our goal is to having knowledge of you. Okay, whatever you are learning, you will have to have a knowledge on it and get the idea about it. Okay, now let me just share my screen and we will just jump into the topics which we'll be learning. Okay, and one more thing, guys, I'm not a PPT kind of guy. If you are expecting something like PPTs or anything, I'm not a PPT kind of guy. I'm like totally running notes kind of guy, like where I will provide you the all the running notes. I can just show you a few running notes which I have. Like different kind of running notes is I will be just sending you like whatever I'm teaching, like for suppose commands or anything. Okay, I will be providing the running notes and I will be providing you the project documentation. Okay, we will have the few projects at the end. I will just show it to you, and then we will see. Okay, totally the documentation and the running notes, guys. I'm not a PPT kind of guy. If you are expecting some PPTs or something, okay. Um, Okay, these are the few projects. Not all the projects. We'll pick up the project according to our module or according to our tool. Okay. Let me. This is one of the GitHub. Another GitHub also have some other project. Okay. Let me just directly jump and show it to you what are the things which we'll be learning. Okay, firstly, we'll be showing the Linux case. Okay, just simple yes or no question. I can just get an answer for that. How many of you know about the Linux operating system, like frequently used? Nowadays, everyone is using Mac. I'm sure you might have the idea about it. Just want to make sure uh, anyone is totally new to the Linux or yes or no. Just I need a yes or no.
I'm new, Siva.
Okay. What about others?
Yeah, I work.
Yeah, of course. You are cloud in the sense you have to know about the Linux. Um, any others? Uh, sure. Okay. I considered one of the member is proficient in Linux, Lakshmi Narayana, and others like little bit of basic of Linux. Okay. In that case, I have to introduce the Linux into the syllabus. Why? Because the Linux is like a fundamentals of the cloud, guys. Okay, without the Linux operating system, okay, you are not going to achieve any cloud what is a resources or provisioning or anything. Okay, you have to be good at Linux. Okay, if you know the Linux commands on the what do you say, if I wake you up in the middle of the sleep, you have to tell me the Linux commands. If you are too good at it, then your cloud journey is already started, guys. Like it's already started and you are in the right path. Okay, now, first, we'll be starting about the Linux and what are the Linux what are the distros in the Linux, etc. We'll just discuss about the distros, global commands. Okay. We'll discuss about the distros, global commands, and users, passwords. These are the basic things, guys. But still, we are learning. Why? Because we are implementing in this syllabus because uh, to what you say, get familiar with your Linux operating system and the commands. Okay. Until now, we are more familiar with the UI operating systems. Okay, but in the cloud journey, you will not get any UI operating systems because most of the time 95% of the time only the 5% is like for suppose maybe Windows operating system or Mac OS might have the UI operating system sometimes, not every time. Okay, 95% of the time you have to use the command line interface. Okay, first of all, we'll see what is command line interface and how it looks like. and what are the things you will be learning over there. Okay, you will be just checking out the creating of users, passwords, okay, CPU allocations, okay, little bit of backup and recoveries, okay, and we will be seeing about the scriptings, okay. This is important, guys. This is little bit of important of scripting is important where, okay, scripting is important where you will be learning. It doesn't matter whether you are a fresher level or you are senior. You have to know about the scripting, guys. Okay, scripting is not a coding, guys. Okay, it's not a. There are two different words and the parts. Okay, scripting is different and coding is different. Development is different. The coding and the development is different. Okay, coding and development needs the logical thinking where you have to write down the what do you say functionalities in that, but the scripting is not that part of kindness. Like scripting also have the coding and everything, but where scripting is where you will be making your work for multiple times. Like for suppose if I ask you to just create a what do you say something, okay, where you have to do it for 100 times, okay, rather than that if you just make a simple scripting where that scripting will do you 100 times at a time rather than you doing it multiple times like that. Okay, now the scripting is very what is it nowadays, it is important for you to make your life easyable, okay, to rather than you do it 100 times and wasting your time. Okay. Now, we'll see about it and etc. Now, the Linux will take at least 2 to 3 days, guys. It depends on how fast interaction we are having, and if you have any more doubts, we will see about it. Max 2 to 3 days. We will just keep it as an introduction part. Okay. Where we will see about the Linux operating system, how it works, and etc. Then we will directly jump into the AWS case. Okay. Now, the cloud part. Now, before going into the cloud part, okay, I just want to say here it is like introduction to any one of, like for suppose when I'm introducing myself, okay, for suppose I'm applying for a job or something, okay, I'm in the interview panel since 8 years, okay, most of the time, like 99% of the time, not even sorry, just 95, 99% of the time I select the person based on his introduction only, guys. Okay, how the other person is attracting me in the first 5 minutes. Okay, how the person is attracting me or getting my concentrating on him within 5 minutes. Okay, because I take in interviews per day at least 2 to 3 interviews, guys. Okay, at that point of time I have to be concentrating on him. I have some other works also. Okay, I have so many other works also, but still I have to take the interviews because of the HR and etc. And that person has to get attraction of me, like attention of me. Okay, his introduction should be so good where I have to make a concentrate on him and ask him more questions. Okay, some of the senior members also, guys, like some of the senior members, they say 6 years, 7 years experience also. They say the introduction very bad. Okay, at that point of time I will not get interested. Okay, that's why your introduction should be so good in such a way that okay, this person is good, something he's have the knowledge on it. Okay, I have seen so many persons saying that I know the AWS tools, AWS and DevOps tools. Okay, whenever the person say AWS and DevOps tools, I will immediately reject him, guys. Okay, the person who has the 6 years experience, 5 years experience and says AWS and DevOps tools, I will immediately reject him. Okay, there is nothing called as AWS tools, guys. Okay, first of all, the word AWS tools is wrong. Okay, we call as AWS services, guys. Okay, AWS is providing you the services, not tools. Okay, AWS is providing you the services, not tools. DevOps is providing you the tools, guys. Okay, DevOps is providing you the tools. DevOps calls as a tools, but AWS is not a tools. AWS services. Whenever you have to giving introduction of yourself, saying that, hey guys, I have worked with the multi-cloud with the different services, okay, cloud services, or else if you are working with the cloud, multi-cloud, not only the AWS, you are working with another multiple clouds. Okay, you have to say that I have worked with the multi-cloud architecture and with the different cloud services. Okay, don't use the cloud tools. Okay, if you are working with the AWS, just say AWS services, not tools. Okay. Now we will discuss about the AWS services, guys, what we will be learning in this our cloud journey. Okay. Now the first thing, we will be learning around 10 to 15 services, guys. Okay. In the span of 1 month. Okay. In the span of 1 month, 30 to 35 days, we will see all the practical things which we will create an account. First thing, we will create an account, AWS account. Okay. We create an AWS account, then we'll start practicing. Okay, whatever the services we are doing, we see all the practical things, how to create these services which we are listening on. I will just keep on just mentioning out the services, guys, and what is the use case of these services. Okay, where you will have an idea about it. Okay, I'm learning on this. Okay, maybe already you have an idea about it. Okay, some of you read in an article or LinkedIn somewhere. Okay, I have read somewhere. Okay, now I'm learning this. Okay, just I will give you one example, and I will list out all the services which we are talking about. Okay, learning about. The first one is IAM, guys. Okay, whenever you are starting any cloud journey or any a new tool, okay, first thing always I suggest, okay, or not only me, any person suggest about it. Like first learn about the user management, guys. Okay, first learn about the user management. How the user, most of the time we also, guys, it's like we doesn't know, we do it but we doesn't know that is called as a user management or something. For suppose, let's take an example of you are installing Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp, Snapchat, some any social media tool. First thing we will do is like go to the settings and try to see the general settings or profile settings, like what is about, how to change the passwords, how to change our profile picture, everything. That is also considered as a user management, guys. Okay, when you buy a new system, I doesn't know how many or 90s kids, but we used to have the system desktop. Okay, we used to have the desktop, and whenever we install some Windows XP or Windows 7 at that point of time. Okay, we used to have the two users, like cousins. If you have a siblings, I used to have one sister, like me and my sister used to have the different user, guys. Okay, at that point of time, we doesn't know, we want just a privacy. Okay, she used to have one username password, and I used to have one username password, everything. Okay, that is also considered as a user management, guys. Okay, that's why first, whenever you are learning something, okay, first learn about the user management. Okay, first learn about the user management, where you will understand about the application. Okay, here also the same thing, guys. Okay, first AWS service, which is just user management, is the 50% of the part. Okay, other 50% of these calls is service management also. Okay, we'll talk about it. And now IAM is like identity access management. Okay, we call IAM is identity access management. Here we will be talking about how to create users. Okay, in AWS. Okay, and we'll be talking about permissions to the users. Okay, which are like policies, roles. Okay, roles, and we'll be talking about trust relationships. In the roles only, trust relationship we'll be talking about. Okay, and trust relationships, okay, between the accounts and etc. Okay, now as we are going forward, I will just explain you what is this policies and roles. Okay, just give you overview in the sense to communicate between the services also. Okay, to communicate between the services also, you need the permissions, guys. Okay, you need the permissions, you need the policies between it. For suppose, let's take an example, like you have a home. Okay, you are a what do you say, joint family something. Okay, and you have a huge home and you have your own separate rooms or anything. Okay, you are all under the same roof. Okay, but still, whenever you are going to some your cousin, your brother's room or something, you knock on the door and go it. Okay, if you have the permission, then only you will go it. If I knock on the door and you say like come in, then only I will just go open the door and go. If I say, if I don't listen come in, I will don't go. Okay, it's like we are all under the same roof, but still, to enter into that room or to like ask it. I have to take a permission of it. Okay, here also the same thing, guys. We are, all the services are in the same AWS. Okay, in the same AWS, your account only. But to communicate with one service to another service, the permission should be there. Okay, the permission should be there. The trust relation should be there between one account to another account. Okay, it's like that, guys. Okay, we'll talk about it with more examples and everything. Okay, this is the first thing which you will be learning over here. Okay, I'm these policies and permissions are very, very important. Why? Because in the long run, when you are handling multiple projects, okay, multiple accounts, this policies and permissions are policies and roles are very, very important, and you have to be handling at least when you are a what do you say, when you get a project of an MNC or something. Okay, at least you will be using 40 to 50 accounts, guys. Okay, presently I'm handling around 89 accounts. Okay, 89 accounts for one project, guys. Imagine how much the project it is. Okay. Um, okay, the next one is VPC, guys. Okay, virtual private cloud. Okay, when I start this virtual private cloud, guys, the session, I will just inform you one day before. Okay. Tomorrow I will be starting the virtual private cloud. Okay. And if you miss that session, okay, of course you will have the recording. I'm not saying that you will not have the recording or anything. Okay. If you miss that session, okay, your complete cloud journey will be not understandable, guys. Okay. The complete cloud journey will be based on this virtual private cloud only, guys. That much priority, that much importance is there in the cloud. Okay, VPC is so much where complete all other services are based on this only, guys. Okay, all other services are based on this. First, the basic fundamental we say, right? The cloud basic fundamental will be on the VPC, where first you have to learn the complete architecture on this. Like we will see how the VPC architecture looks like. Uh, Most of the times I just use the architectures also, guys. Okay, um, where it is. Hopefully, I have. This is another system which I use it, but it's okay. I hope I have one of the architecture. I'm a kind of, yeah, I have VPC, VPC system. Okay, this is also one of the architectures, like differently, or maybe like most of the time I do the architecture things where you will be able to understand it, guys. Okay, where you will be able to understand it, like this a process of how it works and etc. Okay, and at that point of time, VPC point of time, I will just what you say, use one architecture, okay, to show you, to understand it to you. Okay, then with that architecture you have to understand what is the different parts of the a cloud, guys. Okay, whether it may be regions, okay, whether it may be subnets, internet gateway, NAT gateway. I can keep on writing, guys. I can keep on writing the length of it. Okay, it will be keep on going it. Okay, everything. Okay, the VPC is the basic one where it will have the complete your part and etc. Okay, I will just give you an example for each service. I'm just giving an example where you will get a more idea about it, what you are learning. Otherwise, you will just listen the words. Of course, for you guys, it's just a new words, but you should get attracted to those words. Okay, where you will have an idea. Okay, I'm learning this. Okay, that is interesting part. Okay, something. Now, I will just take an example. What is the VPC and everything is like. For suppose, imagine we all have same. We are living in the same space. Okay, same area or something. Okay, we have opened a bank account. Okay, I will take some names, guys, because I most of the time I have to be interactive. Where you will also not be sleepy or something. Like I doesn't know whether you are sleeping or not. Okay, for suppose, let's take an example. Me, Gopi, and Lakshmi Narayana are opened a bank account in the same bank. Okay. Now, just imagine how it will be when we open the same bank account and we have the same locker. Okay. Sorry, same bank account. And when we ask the locker system for the manager, and he gives the same locker to all three of us, do you think that will be acceptable? Okay, no, guys. Okay, if the manager say that no, don't need to worry, sir, just keep all of your money or your it will be good. No, that is not the right thing. Okay, you have to have your own private. Okay, you have to have your own personal and private thing where you can keep your data, where you can keep your belongings or anything. Okay, this is also something similar to that, guys. I will take a little bit more in that when we are discussing about it. Uh, you have to have your own private cloud. Okay, you have to have your own private cloud in such a way that where you can have your own data. We doesn't share this data to another people. Okay, we doesn't keep share until unless I want to share it. Okay, of course I can share it, but I'm saying it with my permissions. If I want to share it, then only I will share it. That's why we call it as a private cloud. Okay, private cloud. Okay, we will talk about it, and the complete journey of your cloud will be starting on this like private cloud. Okay, virtual private cloud. Now let's talk about the next one, which is security groups. Okay, security groups, and we will just see what are the security groups and what are the how the security groups works and everything. Before going into that, I will just see in the security groups, I will just see about explain about how many of you know what is an IP. How if I give some number, guys, randomly, if I give some number, for suppose if I give some number like this, okay, sorry. If I give a number like this, how many of you can say this is the public IP or private IP? Okay, you have to be as a if you want to say you are a cloud engineer. Okay, if you want to say you are a cloud engineer, you have to know the difference. Whenever just send you the what it says, just send you the number. Okay, immediately you have to say that whether it is a public IP or private IP. Okay, that much knowledge you have to be if you want to call yourself as a cloud engineer. Okay, we'll see what is an IP, what is the port number and everything, a little bit of basics of it, then in the security group. Okay, we will see what is security group, what is the protocols, okay, in the security groups, a little bit about it. I can just give you an overview of the security group saying that, for suppose, guys, we are all working professionals, we know everything, a little bit about the IT industry and everything. Now, let's take an example. I cannot open. I work for the Binance, guys. Okay, if anybody know about the Binance, if you anyone of you are investor of cryptocurrency, they might know about the Binance. Binance is the one of the leading crypto industry in the world. Okay, I work for the Binance directly. Uh, Whatever the Binance data or an API or any URL which I can open it, which you cannot. Okay, in the same way, for suppose you are working for the banking system, I cannot open it. Not about the banking only, guys. If you are working for any project, the URL which you can open it, I cannot open it. Why it happens? Okay, how the URL on the internet is like global, right? Okay, why it is opening to your network and why it is not opening to my network? Okay, why it is not able to open in my system? Okay, those behind the scenes, okay, it is based on the security groups only, guys. Okay, behind the scenes, it is based on the security groups. In the security groups, they will mention that okay, Lakshmi Narayana is working for the banking system. I will be whitelisting his IP, or else I will give the VPN. Okay, everybody knows what is VPN. Okay, they will have their own VPN. Okay, company's VPN, where if Lakshmi Narayana wants to access that URL, okay, he has to switch on to the network where it is available, okay, to the particular VPN. He has to switch on his VPN, then only he will be able to access the URL. Okay, they whitelist the IP, guys. Okay, they whitelist the IP for that. Okay, now we will see those kind of thing in this security groups where we will be enabling the IPs, opening the ports, okay, to access the application, etc., etc. All this we will be learning behind the scenes what happens. Okay, behind the scenes what happens, why I am not able to open the Lakshmi Narayana's company URL. Okay, why he can't open my Binance URL? Okay, we will see about it. okay, in the security groups. Now, the next part, which is EC2, guys. Okay, EC2. After at least 2 weeks, guys, then we will come to the part where we say the server. Okay, the word until here we're not able to see the word server, guys. Okay, after a couple of 2 weeks or more than that, then we will see the word called as server. Okay, what is meant by server and how it works and everything. Just to create a server, guys. Okay, um, okay, to create a server. Okay, you need 7 things, guys. Okay, 7 things you need. First one is operating system. Second one is instance type. Okay. Okay. Third one is VPC. Fourth one is subnet. Okay. Fifth one is SSH key. Sorry, what is meant by SSH? Okay. Sixth one is volume. Sorry, sixth one is security group. Okay. Seventh one is volume, guys. Okay. You need 7 things. Okay. First, you have to learn about these 7 things. Okay. Then only you will be able to create a server. It's not like I just create a server and show it to you saying that, hey, what do you say, this is server, how to create it. Okay, but behind the scenes you have to understand all these things, guys. Okay, all these things, only then only you will be able to create a server. Otherwise it's like just I'm showing you how to do it. In the movies or in the YouTube videos, just show it, right? How to prepare something, or how to, if you're a chef or something, they will just show you how to add this and everything, but they doesn't show you the behind the scenes. Okay, they might added some. So most of the time, if you see any baking videos, guys, like you will not see the right video. Okay, because behind the scenes they might add in something. Okay, because I got to know like that. I have seen some of the influencers do the baking videos. Okay, say that, okay, we are doing this, we are adding some cinnamon powder or something like that. But behind the scenes they will not add that, they will not add this. Okay, then I got to know whatever we are seeing and we are trying by those videos. Okay, especially I'm talking about the cooking, guys. Okay, behind the scenes they are not showing you the reality. Okay, they might be adding something or say secret ingredient, or they might be adding different measurements. Okay, here also the same way. If I don't show you, if I don't teach you what are all these things, okay, behind the scenes, or just I will show you the how to create a server, then you, of course, if you try to create a server, then you will not be able to get succeed. Okay, you will keep on getting an errors and errors and errors. Okay, now here you can see creation of the servers or anything, and we'll talk about all these things, then only we'll be jumping into the creation of the server. Okay, now you just will see what is meant by server and everything, what is server, and what is the usage of server. We will talk about it more and more on that. Okay, now here the next part will be seeing about the load balancers, guys. Okay, very important one. Okay, in the complete cloud. Okay, load balancer. Now, in the word only, you can see balancing the load balancer. Okay, just I will give you an example, recent example, which we can all relate to. Okay, I think so. In the last month, we have the Black Friday sale and Thanksgiving. Okay, we have a Black Friday sales and Thanksgiving. How many of us has browsed the what do you say, shopping websites like H&M, Zara? Okay, before 2 days of the Black Friday and on the same day of the Black Friday. Okay, most of the time H&M, Zara will have only 2 days before of the Black Friday or something. They have only 10,000 users or maybe 50,000 users. Okay, but when it comes to the Black Friday sale, guys, okay, when it comes to the Black Friday sale, okay, we will have million users on that Black Friday sale, guys. Okay, but still the H&M is giving you the same response. Okay, the H&M is giving you the same response. The H&M Zara is giving you the same response. Okay, how it is possible that the website with the 50,000 also giving you the same response, and with the million people also it is giving you the same response. Okay, because it is having the load balancer, guys. It is balancing its load. Okay, we will see how to configure the load balancer to a website. Okay, to URL. Okay, not a website, to your URL, where you will be able to see how it will be balancing and everything. Now, along with the load balancer, the another one which we'll be talking about is auto scaling, guys. Okay, auto scaling is the one where you will just attach to one of the feature to the load balancer, saying that hey, for suppose you got a another 100,000 users, okay, to your website, what to do. Okay, of course it will just give you time to do the load balancing, but it has to increase its resources also. That's why it's the word called as a scaling. Okay, the scaling in the sense, either it may be increasing or decreasing, guys. Okay, scaling is not about only increasing. Okay, some of you has an assumption saying that scaling, it means scaling. What's for suppose, of course, the word in the English vocabulary has that different meanings in it. For suppose, if I say that I'm scaling my skills, okay, it means I'm improving my skills. It doesn't mean that I'm decreasing my skills. Okay. But the word scaling comes with the decreasing and increasing both, guys. Okay. Now, here we are using both increasing and decreasing, like how we'll be balancing the load along with the load balancer, auto scaling. Okay. Now we'll talk about that one. And then we'll talk about the important part in the cloud services, which is S3, guys. Okay, storage service. Okay, this is a storage service, guys. Okay, just I can give you one example here. It is one example and one importance. Okay, I have done one of the freelancing project to one of the pharmaceutical company. Okay, where the complete pharmaceutical application is based on S3, guys. Okay, I was like shocked how they have uh, made just a simple storage service. Just what is this S3? In the sense, it's like a Google Drive, guys. Okay, we have the Google Drive. I will compare that in the when we are discussing about S3. Okay, we have a Google Drive. We upload our photos, data, files, etc. Everything. Okay, it has the limitations of 15 GB for free. Then later on, it will ask you $100 per 1 TB or something like that. Okay, the S3 is also simple thing. I said is you are just storing your data, but the pharmaceutical company is using that complete pharmaceutical exchange platform, everything based on S3, guys. I was like, you can use just an upload service. Okay, storage service also this much scalable. Okay, I was like shocked on that when I'm taking up that KT on that freelancing project. Okay, it happens, guys. Like we thought only this is a simple storage service. Until then, I was just using it to just upload the data or anything. But the S3 is not only uploading the data, it has so many other valuable when you see in a different point of view. Okay. We will see about S3 and everything. We'll see different examples in S3, how to do it, and etc. etc. Okay. This is the storage service, guys. Okay, which we have seen. And the next continuation of it will be called as CloudFront. Okay. Why I'm saying S3 and CloudFront together in the sense you can just Google yourself, Google something saying that nowadays, if you are a developer point of perspective, or if you open the LinkedIn, okay, you are seeing a lot of development point of area. There are a lot of demand in the React, guys. Okay, React JS, React JavaScript development. Okay, the React JavaScript development. Okay, this is the front end application, guys. Okay, front end development part, React JS. Okay, for suppose if I want to React JS deploy an application, React JS application with S3. Okay, just Google this. Okay, you will see how deploy your React application to AWS S3. You can deploy your complete application in this with the S3 and the CloudFront, guys. Combination of it. Okay, you can see deploy and React app with the AWS S3 and CloudFront. Okay, this CloudFront has so much of advantage, which we call as a static web hosting, guys. Okay, static web hosting. Static web hosting. Okay, we will see a small kind of practical on this, guys. Okay, practical, what do you say, project or something you can call it as project or session, where you will be developing your own website. Okay, own website. Okay, on this. Okay, one website on this static web hosting. Okay, for suppose I like Zara, guys. Okay, Zara, or let's take an example of IKEA. Okay, IKEA is one of the shopping furniture one. Okay, now if I open this IKEA, okay, I will have the IKEA. Okay, now this is the IKEA web page. Okay, just a minute. Okay, this is IKEA web page. Okay, this is IKEA web page, okay, where you can see now in the static web hosting, what we will do is like we'll take the contents of this IKEA web page. Okay, we'll take contents of this IKEA web page. Okay, we'll take contents of this IKEA web page and we'll create our own website, guys. Okay, we will say that for suppose if I open the shiva.com, okay, if I open the shiva.com or some other website, it will show the IKEA contents. Okay, we'll create our own website by just taking the others people website. Okay, website contents, we will see that static web hosting. I'm not saying in reality we'll do it, I'm saying it is like we can do it. Okay, of course in the companies they will not do like that. Okay, now we will see a small practice session on the this one. Then we will talk about volumes, guys. Actually the volumes is very important. Volumes, in the volumes we'll talk about the snapshots, what are the snapshots, what are the AMIs. Okay, this AMI is the part, the word AMI is very important, which is called as Amazon virtual, sorry, Amazon machine, guys. Okay, AMI is like Amazon machine. Now this AMI is very important. Some of the companies will call them as like golden AMI or hardened AMI or something. Okay, we'll see what is AMI and how the AMI creates, and first of all what it is and etc. Everything we'll see about it. Okay, in the volume, snapshots and everything. Okay, these snapshots and everything. I can just give you an example saying that what is about overview of these volumes, in a sense. In the movies, they give you a wrong perception, guys. Okay, where what for suppose if some hacking, okay, in movies they say that the company website got hacked. Let's call the security guy or a hacker. Okay, actually, whenever any hacking has happened to an application, they will not call the, of course they call the security guy, guys, but first they will not call the security guy, they call the cloud engineer, guys. Okay, to make ready the backup of it. Okay, why? Because the cloud engineer takes the backup in regularly, right? Of course not manual, in the automation process. Okay, where the cloud engineer will help you to restore your application. Okay, secondly they call the security person, the hacker, where they will want to trace who has done it and how they have done it, why our system is weak, where any hacking person can accessible easily can accessible our website or something. Okay, we will see about those things over here. Okay, the snapshots and everything, the backups and everything. Now the next one which we see about the lambda functions, guys. Okay, lambda function here, from lambda function is like, well, our responsibility of the lambda functions is to create the lambda functions only. Okay, why? Because I have so many other students calling me up later on, like complete sessions, everything. They are getting to the job or they are already in the job and they got the training somewhere. Okay, they say that, sir, I got a task saying that to create a lambda function and make some application live or something. First of all, when they assign it to you, you have to be clear to themselves. Okay, to them, saying that I'm not a developer. Okay, of course, if you are a developer, then it's good.
the Lambda function, the cloud engineering part, okay, as a cloud engineer, what is the Lambda function responsibility for this service, in the sense to create a Lambda function and give the Lambda function access to the developer case. Okay. Now the Lambda function creation, okay, is your responsibility, and deploying the Lambda function is the developer responsibility case. Why? Because inside the Lambda function, you will be writing some Python codes, okay, Python and Node.js codes, okay, where it is not your part, it is not your cup of tea. Okay, it's not engineering's responsibility, guys, cloud engineer responsibility. Okay, but still, creation of the Lambda function is our responsibility. Okay, we will see how to create a Lambda function, how to trigger a Lambda function. Okay, triggering a Lambda function is also our responsibility, but writing the code and everything is not our responsibility. Okay, we will see about the Lambda functions, and we will see about the Route 53. Okay, Route 53 is also one of the domain name system. How to, for suppose you created an application, you have to attach the domain to it, right? Okay, we'll see about what are the things. Okay, what are the things you have to be know about attaching a domain name system, saying that A records, C name records, attaching the load balancers. Okay, what is meant by TTLs and etc. Those are the small things, but very important things. We will be checking it out. Okay. Now the next one we'll be talking about the what else we have important things other than this Lambda function. There are few things like CloudWatch. CloudWatch is not a small thing, but I will be talking about the CloudWatch later on. Okay, we'll just hold on this for the cloud engineering cloud journey. Okay, then we'll just jump into the DevOps, where we'll be learning parallelly cloud and the DevOps learning parallelly, guys. Okay, DevOps tools. Okay, we'll be just checking out the DevOps. Of course, the cloud journey is not completed, guys. Okay, we have so many main things like Kubernetes. Kubernetes is there, Docker, and etc. is there. But that I cannot say the Kubernetes and the Docker are the DevOps completely. It is a little bit of the cloud also. Okay, but infrastructure needs to be done. Okay, where it is like you have to create a EKS or something. Okay, then you have to use the cloud only, where you have to create the Kubernetes service and etc. Okay, now we will be holding over there, and we'll parallelly checking out the cloud and the DevOps part together. Okay, after a couple of days, like to complete this 12 to 13 services. Okay, we will be taking around 30 to 35 days. Okay, to see what are those services and what are those services with the practical and etc. Okay, now then we'll just jump into the DevOps, guys. Okay, where when you start from the DevOps, it will be 4 weeks of your journey of the DevOps, guys. In these 4 weeks, we'll do 4 projects. Okay, each week on the end of the week, okay, on the end of the week, you will be doing the project. From the starting day of the week to the one day before the end of the week, we'll be learning about something, and we'll be doing the project. Okay, like that, 4 weeks, 4 projects we'll be doing it, where I will be designing the syllabus like that for each and every batches. Now, the first thing, whenever I'm learning the tools, DevOps, the first thing which I learn about is Git. Okay, Git is like a ocean, guys. Okay, uh, it's like if you keep on learning, still I will be keep on learning, guys. Why? Because it's like a ocean. It never ends. Okay, it's never ends. Like if you keep on going it will keep on giving you the data and etc. Nobody can say what do you say, I'm expert in the Git or anything, because there are something which you doesn't know. Okay. And one more thing, guys, in the interviews, which I feel, if I am in the panel, if I ask you, how do you rate yourself in the Kubernetes, or how do you rate yourself in the Git? Okay, especially Git and Kubernetes, if I ask you, never ever say anything. Okay, when you are so much proficient, also never say 9 out of 10, guys. Okay, when you say 9 out of 10, I feel like it's a overconfidence. Okay, just I am saying my perspective when I'm in the panel. Okay, I asked so many times, like, can you rate yourself on the Kubernetes? How do you rate yourself out of 10? Then some person say 9 out of 10, then it's like overconfidence, guys. If you ask me, okay, Shiva, how do you rate yourself in the Kubernetes, I will say just 7 only, guys. Okay, why? Because Kubernetes and the Git is something which you cannot completely say 9 out of 10. Okay, not even 8 out of 10, guys. 8 out of 10 is like, maybe I can say 8 out of 10 after practicing a lot of 6 years or 7 years of career. Okay, it's like something which you beyond checking it out. Okay, that's why never say 8 out of the sorry 9 out of 10 in the Kubernetes or Git. Okay, now the first you starts with the Git, guys. Okay, we'll learn about what is meant by version control system. Okay, what is meant by version control system and everything, and what is meant by source code management, etc. Okay, we'll see about the Git. Like, we'll start Git. At least we'll take Git for 2 to 3 days. That much in depth we needed for Git, guys. Okay, and what is meant by branching strategy? What are the branches? What is push, pull, etc. Repository. So many things will be there in the Git. Okay, this is the just Git, guys. What is meant by this in the sense? This is the GitHub. Okay, we will see about it. Okay, what is meant by branch and what is meant by repository, pull request, push request, and etc. Okay, now after the Git, okay, then we will talk about Jenkins. Okay, just give me a second. I have to drop a message. Sorry. Yeah. The Git, after the Git, we'll start with the Jenkins, guys. Okay. We'll start with the Jenkins. This is one of the CI/CD tool. Okay. In the DevOps, the first word they called as a CI/CD. Okay. Firstly, for you have to learn what is meant by CI, what is meant by CD. Okay. Continuous integration and continuous delivery. And okay, what is this CI/CD and what are the tools will be there in the CI/CD and what you have to learn. Okay, and everything we'll talk about it over here. What is automation process happens over here in the Jenkins. Okay, now later we'll be talking about the Maven. Okay, actually, why I kept syllabus, why I will keep Maven in the syllabus in the sense, actually Maven is not now leading in the industry. Okay, I can say in my surroundings, in my perspective. Why? Because I'm handling like multiple projects and the different kind of freelancings also, where I have never seen Maven. Like, now the Maven is little bit of old. Okay, Jenkins is also, I can say, old, but some of the top companies are breaking that myth. Okay, like an example of Netflix, like an example of some um streaming websites like HBO, they are using Jenkins. Okay, I cannot say Jenkins is old. Of course, Jenkins is old, but I cannot say it is not leading in the industry. Why? Because some top companies are using that. Okay, because of that, the Jenkins is breaking a myth saying that it is old. Okay, Netflix is using it, HBO is using it. Okay, I cannot say that these are old and I cannot able to say it to you. Okay, now, what happens in this Maven, in the sense, why I'm keeping the Maven in the syllabus in the sense, okay, not because of the Maven is important, but we are doing the project in the next thing, okay, where you can see that project, first project we'll be saying with the Maven and Jenkins. Okay, now to just get familiar with the Jenkins, we are introducing the Maven. Okay, where Maven, we'll talk about Maven, how to make the Java projects over there, .java files or jar files, what is meant by var files. Okay, those things we'll be talking about, and we'll do one first project to get familiarized with the Jenkins, guys. Okay, this project one is for getting familiarized, you to getting familiarized with the Jenkins, not about the Maven. Okay, of course, Maven will be there, but I'm trying to say it is like you should get familiarized with the Jenkins, like what is the Jenkins, how to create a job in the Jenkins, and how the GitHub and the Jenkins both are two different tools. Okay, it's like Instagram and what do you say, Facebook or some other Snapchat. Both are two different applications, but the communication happens between them. Okay, you can see. I think so. I have to take an example of Facebook and Instagram, not Facebook and Instagram, the Snapchat. Okay, for suppose any other person messaged you in the Facebook Messenger, okay, I think so you will get a notification in the Instagram also. Okay, if I'm not wrong, because I used to get like that. I'm not a social media person, but I used to see some messages of Facebook in the Instagram application. Okay, in such a way that some internal application webhook link, we call it as a webhook link, okay, has created by the Facebook and the Instagram. Okay, here also GitHub is a different tool. Okay, and the Jenkins is a different tool. Okay, how the communication happens between these two. Okay, we'll be talking about webhook integration, integration, and we talk about Paul SCM, etc., etc. Okay, we will see. We'll mostly create doing the first project to get you familiar for the Jenkins. Okay, our main concentration, 90% of concentration is on Jenkins. Only the 10% concentration is on the Maven. Okay. Now, the next one we'll be talking about the Docker. Okay. The, what is it? Center of attraction. Okay. The complete. Nowadays, every one person, like whether they know about the Docker or not, everyone saying that, hey, let's do the Docker. Okay. I have seen, I'm not saying something wrong, guys. I am seeing it because the project managers doesn't know what is meant by Docker, but they say that just they have listened the word Docker, let's do the Docker. Okay, it's not something like we have to do it or we are created. We have to integrate it. Okay, we have to integrate one application with the Docker. Okay, it's not a small thing or something. Okay, now we will see what is meant by Docker, what is Docker file, what is Docker compose, etc., etc. I can keep on writing the message, keep on writing the list in the syllabus, saying that it is also a length of list which we keep on learning and learning and learning. Okay, we will see only Docker for at least 3 to 4 days, guys. Okay, that much what is a concept of Dockers are there in the syllabus, where you will have to take about Docker network, Docker volumes, what is meant by Docker file, what is meant by Docker compose file. Okay, all these things we'll be checking it out, and we'll seeing about the Docker. And now after 3 to 4 days of the Docker, then we will start about the project 2. Okay, which is Docker project. Okay, it's same like Docker plus Jenkins. Okay, now one thing I can say proudly in this, like saying it, like we are not sticking to only one part of the development, where you can see in the Maven, it is a Java related, guys. Now in the Docker, we might start with the different thing like a .NET or JavaScript or something. Okay, of course, I'm not teaching you the JavaScript. I'm not teaching you the what is it, the .NET. Okay, I'm not teaching you the .NET, or I'm not teaching you the Java. But uh, our intention is, okay, our intention is okay, our intention is that, okay, when you asking the interview or when you join the project or something, okay, the project is based on Python, for suppose. Okay, you cannot say that no, guys, I never worked on Python deployment. The word deployment is important. I never worked on Python. I have worked on only Java. I cannot do that. The DevOps engineer, okay, first of all, the word DevOps engineer should not say that. Okay, the DevOps engineer, responsible person, should not say that I never worked on the Python, I cannot do the Python deployment. See, the project person, project lead or something, they are not asking you to write the code in the Python, guys. Okay, first of all, that is a misconception saying that misassumption saying that if you are a DevOps engineer working with us, it doesn't mean that you have to learn the code of the Python or learn the code of the JavaScript. Okay. Okay. They are not asking you to learn the code and write the logic on it. They are asking you to deploy the code. Some other person has developed the code. You have to deploy that code into the server. Okay. For that deployment process, you doesn't need to learn the code or you doesn't need to write the code. Okay. But you should have little bit of knowledge on it, saying that, okay, if I see something, okay, for suppose, let's take an example of this. Okay, if I open the Instagram visualization, okay, if I see some file, immediately I can say, okay, this is Python.py in the sense .python. Okay, .py in the sense Python file. Okay, .py in the sense Python file. Okay, .py in the sense .python. .js in the sense .javascript. Okay, these kind of things, at least I should have the knowledge on it, like when I'm seeing it. Okay, those kind of knowledge we will see about it over here. That's why I'm not sticking to that only one particular development, where I can say that, okay, in the interview also they will say that, okay, I have worked on multiple development projects. Okay, I have worked on Python, I have worked on JavaScript, I have worked on Angular, React. Okay, you can say that I have worked on different things. Okay, that's why we will also keep in the syllabus saying that, okay, just to show you again and again, I'm saying we are not, what do you say, teaching you, we are not saying you anything related to the code. I'm not saying, let's start working on the Angular JS. Okay, Angular JavaScript. No, guys, but we deploy Angular JavaScript. Okay, we deploy Angular JavaScript application, but we doesn't need to know that Angular JavaScript. Okay, as a DevOps engineer, you should say that I can deploy anything. Okay, now I will take that Docker project. Okay, I will explain you one Docker project, guys. Okay, I will explain you one Docker project. Okay, and the next Docker project you can take randomly. Okay, we will take randomly from the saying that, okay, in from the online. Okay, because why? Because I have my projects, guys. Okay, you can just see this is open to everyone. I have my projects, because some of the students have the misconception saying that you are teaching only your project, maybe it is working for you. Okay, that's why I have seen some misconceptions happening. Like, that's why I want to say, like, let's take something from the online, which we have not developed, which I have not developed, which I have not worked on. Okay, let's take something from randomly from online, or else you can give me something randomly from the online. Our goal as a DevOps engineer, I can say proudly that whatever the project you give, okay, I can deploy it on the server. That is my responsibility as a DevOps engineer. That much confidence I should have. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you give Python, it doesn't matter whether you .NET or JavaScript. Okay, I can deploy it. Okay, with the help of the Docker. Okay, that's why we will take some random projects. Okay, from the online. Okay, and we will deploy that. And you can also search random projects, and you will try to deploy it as a practice session. And when you do that, if you get any errors, let's discuss that. Okay, and one more thing, guys, when you are doing the projects, okay, on the next day, if you got an error, immediately ask that. Okay, we'll stop the session. Okay, for suppose I'm talking about the Docker, and when you do the Docker session, immediately practice session of yours, okay, of your own, because I will do from my side, okay, by screen sharing it, and I will give you the report and everything. But you have to do it from your side also. You have to do the practice also. Okay, when you do the practice, you got an error. Okay, on the next day itself, you just say that I got an error, let me share my screen. Okay, then I will stop the session today. Okay, then I will just clear your doubt, and saying that maybe your doubt might have other person also the same doubt. Okay, we'll see that kind of interactive thing should be happening when you are doing the projects. Yes, otherwise it's nothing, like you are just listening and keeping quiet. Okay, you have to do more practice. Okay, now after that we'll talk about the Kubernetes, guys, heart of the DevOps. Okay, when we are talking about the Kubernetes only, we'll be talking about the EKS, how to create the Kubernetes service called as Elastic Kubernetes Service, EKS, and everything. Okay, we will see about the EKS and what is EKS and everything. Like, it's also an ocean, as I told you. I can also rate myself only 7.5 or 7 to 7.5. I cannot confident enough, proudly I can say 8 also. Why? Because it is an ocean. Like, if some other person comes into the picture and say that you know this, maybe which I have not even heard of it in the Kubernetes. Okay, I have to say no. Why? Because I doesn't know it. Okay, it's like there is a so much thing in the Kubernetes which only we cannot say that I know everything. Okay, now the Kubernetes, we'll see about it. What is Kubernetes? What is meant by namespace, ingress? A lot of things are there in the Kubernetes case. Okay, we'll see the same thing happens in the Kubernetes also. The first 4 to 5 days, we'll talk about Kubernetes. On the third week, and then we'll start the project on the Kubernetes, guys. Okay, in the Kubernetes project, we'll just see the Kubernetes. Okay, and Kubernetes plus Jenkins. Okay, and this will be taking around 1 week. And the next one we will be talking about the Ansible, guys. Okay, Ansible for it, and the Ansible is the configuration management tool where there are dedicated engineers for this tool, guys. Okay, you can just go and search in the Google. They are called as a Ansible engineers or configuration management engineers, guys. Okay, dedicated engineers are there in only for particular tool. Imagine his complete work is based on only one tool. Okay, how much proficient you should be in that. Okay, Ansible. And when you are doing the Ansible, little bit of what you say, I will be adding one more CI/CD tool, which is called as a GitLab. Guys. Okay, why I'm adding this GitLab in the sense you should not say we are learning only Jenkins. Okay, nowadays in the IT industry, you should not stick to the only one tool, especially to the DevOps guys. Okay, you should not stick to the one tool saying I know only one tool of CI/CD, which is Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins is leading. I agree that, as I said, one of the leading companies are using what do you say? Netflix, HPO are using the Jenkins, but some other companies also not using the Jenkins. They are thinking like it is a old. It doesn't have the features. There are so many problems, etc., etc. Okay, that's why we'll be learning about the GitLab or GitHub Actions. We will see based on what you are interested in, everything. We will see on it, and then we'll talk about the Ansible, and we will do the project. Okay, we will do the project of Ansible with the GitLab and the GitHub Actions plus Ansible, guys. Okay, okay. GitLab and GitHub Actions plus Ansible. Okay, Ansible is also the same way, guys. Like, it will take at least 3 to 4 days before the thing. Okay, 3 to 4 days, which will be there where you will be writing the playbooks. Okay, we'll writing the playbooks. What is meant by playbook? What is meant by roles, etc. Tasks. Okay, we'll see a lot of things in this and this code. Why this project is very very important in the sense the Ansible project. Okay, it is very beautiful in such a way that we call it as a multi-deployment, guys. Okay, multi-deployment. Okay, multi-deployment. Okay, one application will be deploying into the multiple servers, multi-deployment happening through the Ansible will be there. That's why the multi-deployment task is very important in that Ansible. Okay, now we will see that multi-deployment. Okay, that will be the project 4, and we'll be completing the 4 projects, and then we'll be jumping into the infrastructure as a code, guys. Terraform. Okay, I cannot say the Terraform infrastructure as a code where Terraform, okay, and CloudFormation both. Again, we are learning both, guys. Okay, you can just go anywhere. They will be only showing you to the Terraform, not the CloudFormation. Why? Because some of the persons doesn't know it, some of the person now not aware of it, and etc. Okay, but we will be seeing about both, guys, about Terraform and the cloud formation, and we will see about something like sessions. Okay, a lengthy sessions will be happening on this. I cannot say this is a project, but the lengthy sessions will be happening on this Terraform and the cloud formation, guys. Okay, now the next part will be coming into the picture, which is very important, which is called as logging and monitoring, guys. Okay, logging and monitoring. Okay, logging and monitoring, guys. These here we'll be learning about the which we have seen here on the CloudWatch. Okay, which we have seen here CloudWatch. Here we'll be seeing about the ELK. Okay, how the CloudWatch works, how the ELK works, how the logging and monitoring. First thing in the DevOps engineer responsibility is logging and monitoring after the application deployment, guys. Okay, immediately when application is live, okay, immediately the developer asks you, hey Shiva, can you show me the logs? Okay, the word can you show me the logs is very very important, and that is your responsibility to show the logs to the developer. Okay, that's why you have to be good at logging and monitoring. As I told you, right, the monitoring is also very important, guys. Okay, if say the server got crashed, you might have listened this word so many times. Server got crashed, server is not able to connect, server is getting high amount of CPU. Okay, how you will get to know these kind of things? Okay, with the help of these monitoring tools, guys. Okay, you have to be very proficient in these monitoring tools where you can just say that this particular time the server got crashed. This particular time we got so many users where we are not able to handle it. Okay, these kind of things you will be telling in the real time, saying by learning about this logging and monitoring, guys. Okay, these are the things we'll be learning in the DevOps for each week, 4 weeks, 4 projects, and the remaining point of time we'll be learning about the IAC, Terraform, and the logging and monitoring. Okay. This is from my side. Okay, I will stop here for now. If you have any questions, anything random questions today, it doesn't need to be anything related to what do you say, practical or about these topics. If you have any random questions, also I can answer you now.
Siva, what is the difference AWS DevOps and normal DevOps? So is it both tools we are using? I mean,
See,
AWS.
yeah,
Yeah.
Please complete your question. I will explain.
So whatever you are saying, AWS is DevOps tools we are saying, but coming to AWS, it is services. So the both are available in. I mean, the main difference what it is.
Okay.
We can use what are the tools in the DevOps. Same we can use in the AWS. That is what my understanding. Is that correct?
No, actually no.
Okay. That's what I want to know.
Yeah. No, it's not correct. The statement is wrong. Maybe I'm saying not maybe. The statement is wrong. See,
Okay.
I have divided the AWS and the DevOps separately, but they together called as AWS DevOps. See, I will just tell you in the introduction in the next classes, but today you have asked the question. That's why I just give you a little bit overview on it. Like in the IT industry now in the present, there are two different designations also. There is a designation called as a cloud engineer, especially he's only related to the cloud. He will not get a chance to write the pipelines. He will not get a chance to work on the Kubernetes services. Okay, he will not get a chance to deploy an application, or he will not get a chance to work on the logging, monitoring, whatever it may be. He will not even listen the word Docker. Okay, the dedicated person is only for the creating a server, managing the security groups, managing the networking, managing the load balancing, auto scaling, all these things. But he will not even go for the Docker Kubernetes. There is a dedicated position for the cloud engineering. There is in the same way, vice versa, there is a dedicated position for the DevOps engineering. Okay, now in that was there, I'm saying still there are few companies are following that kind of thing, but as the industry got so much of hype on this cloud and the DevOps, okay, where they are getting a huge amount of salaries. Okay, now they are drawing around $100,000 or $150,000. Okay, now rather than paying two different persons the huge amount of salaries, why can't we, because both are interrelated, guys. Okay, both are interrelated. Okay, it's not like the statement which you said is like whatever we are learning in the DevOps or can be done in the AWS also. Okay, it can be done, but I'm not saying it is like completely all will follow like that. Okay, now rather than paying the two salaries, the companies started saying that if you learn the DevOps, you will be there. Otherwise, you will not be there. The same thing happens to the DevOps engineer also. They will say that if you learn the cloud, your position is secure. Otherwise, it will not. That's why nowadays they are combining, not nowadays, it's been very long. It's been around 4 to 5 years since they are completely saying that there is only few companies are following particularly cloud engineer or particularly DevOps engineer. Otherwise, you have to do both. Okay, you have to do the infrastructure. Okay, you have to do the automation process. Okay, both together. Always remember the cloud engineering infrastructure is like a you are creating your boundary to your empire. Okay, you are creating a boundary to your empire. How much strong you create your boundary to your empire, okay, that much safe your empire is. Okay, your kingdom is. Okay, inside the kingdom, you can do the automation process, like whatever it may be. Okay, you can just make something like what do you say, road transports or automation process, something, whatever it may be. You can call anything. Okay, but the empire boundary should be strong enough where it can withhold all your automation process. Okay, always keep a example, like keep in your mind saying that the infrastructure, the AWS cloud engineering is like a creating your boundary to your empire, and inside your empire you are doing automation process which are called as a DevOps. Okay, automation process, the word first, actually there is no called as a DevOps engineer, they used to be called as an automation engineer. Okay, the designation or the right process word is called as automation engineer, who do the automation process. Okay, who do the automation process for the development should be run smoothly. Okay, that is there. Okay, it is now, it's not like DevOps is totally what do you say, should be there or anything. There are, as I told you, there are dedicated engineers for some of the tools also. Okay, you should be so much proficient in that where you can dedicated engineer. There are some monitoring team is there. Okay, not only one engineer, guys, they have seen some monitoring team. Only they will just monitor the system, that's it. Their work is to sit and monitor the system, and if there is any alert, just forward that alert to the concerned team. Okay, that much dedicated people are getting, the companies hiring for them. Okay, always keep it as a two different things, but when you are implementing in the real time, you should be implementing together. Okay, that's why I first start with the AWS. Okay, you have to learn, you have to create your kingdom boundary very strong in such a way that you are able to create anything. Okay, and inside the automation, inside your boundary, kingdom boundary, you should be able to do the automation process, all this Docker, Kubernetes, pipelines, what do you say, GitLab, GitHub, all these are inside the what do you say, infrastructure. Okay, is it clear,
Yeah,
Lakshman?
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, because actually I'm not in the development. I am not aware of all the technologies. So,
Yes, yes.
what? Um,
Yeah, it's okay. That is a thing which you have asked. It's a good thing. But in the starting sessions, we will see how it comes, like how the cloud engineer came into the existence and DevOps engineer came into existence. We will see about it later. Any other questions? Any other one?
yeah, that's all my side.
Okay. From any others?
Yeah, hi Shiva.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
go.
yeah. So the thing is, right now I've enrolled into a consultancy. So, I mean, they are currently doing my marketing in .NET and all. But one of my cousins suggested me that out my career in DevOps. So I'm here in front of you. But thing is, I don't really I don't really know the basics of anything that you just mentioned here. And let's say I started learning from you, and the thing is, there are candidates like Lakshmi Narayana Garu, who is who has some familiarity with the technology and all, and you also have me in your team where I don't really know anything. So how can we cope up with this all this everything that's going with this students that you have? I mean, what will be the scenario?
Yeah, that's really a good thing you have asked. See, here, whatever I have mentioned, okay, doesn't have complete knowledge on the Lakshmi Narayana also. Okay, why I'm saying this in the sense, like you have to do it from the scratch. Okay, this Kubernetes is from the scratch. Okay, this auto scaling, load balancers, these are all from the scratch onwards. Okay, see, I'm not taking a right example, maybe. I'll just give it. We all click pictures of from the iPhones. Everyone is using the iPhones or some advanced level of Android phones. Okay. It doesn't mean that we are a photographers. Okay. There are professional photographers. They can create a movie with the iPhones. Okay, we doesn't know the so many settings. Okay, I really doesn't know how the settings, like literally I have the latest phone in my hand, but I cannot click a nice picture of in front of some Burj Khalifa. Okay, because I literally doesn't, because I have seen it. Okay, where some other persons click it is the excellent pictures in front of it. Okay, now it doesn't mean that I am not a thing or anything, but we have to learn that settings. Okay, we have to learn that things which we are doing here. Also the see how the question which you have asked, like how you will be handling the two different kind of students, which are experienced person and non-experienced person as a fresher or anything. My kind of thing is like I'm starting from the scratch. Okay, I'm starting from the scratch where already maybe Lakshminarayan knows it, but he knows only 20% of it or 30% of it or 40% of it. Okay. But we are doing from the scratch from 0% to the 90%. Okay. Where he will start getting interested. Okay. From the 50% onwards. And you will be starting getting interested from the 0% onwards. Okay. We will start from the scratch only, where it will go until 90. Okay. If he knows it, okay, for suppose he is a solution architect. Okay. For suppose he knows what is meant by load balancing. Okay. What is meant by VPC. Okay. He will just keep an eye on it. Okay. Saying that, okay, I know this. Okay. Maybe it will be a recap for him or rewind for him. It doesn't mean like he knows it and I have to start from the 50% onwards. Okay. It's like I will be starting from the 0% onwards. Okay. He will be trying to rewind himself from the 0 to 40, and he will getting interesting from the 50 to 90%. Okay. The topic starts. Okay. The topic starts from the scratch. Okay. It doesn't like, for suppose I have to just show you the pottery. Okay. If I'm showing you how to create a pot. Okay. By teaching you the pottery, it doesn't mean I just show you how to create a, what is it, China something, China set or something. Okay. I have to teach you first how to melt the what is it, the sand or something, the mud. Okay. First I have to teach you from the starting onwards. Otherwise you will say that, Shiva, this is little bit advanced level, I cannot go for it. First I have to teach you the basics. Like in the mathematics we teach the additions and subtractions, then only we go for the integrations and the probability. We directly doesn't jump into the differentiations and the integrations. Okay. In for that scenario, I can guarantee you that I will not jump directly to the advanced level, where like it will go to the advanced. Okay, you will go from the scratch onwards, and moreover, you will go everything as a practical. Okay, I'll just take an example for you, saying that, see, to create a server, I can just directly show you how to create a server. Okay, but you to create a server, these are all the 7 things first you have to understand. Then only you can create a server. Okay, that is the first thing which I follow in my thing. It doesn't matter whether you are a fresher or you are an experienced person. I follow my set of thing. Okay, where you will be continuing. For suppose if you know something, okay, you will be asking a few questions. So maybe you will rewind yourself or something. Okay, if you doesn't know something, then you ask more questions. Okay, that's only I'm saying. I My topics, see, for Lakshmi Narayana, I will be adding more topics because he needs more topics. But I will not jumping the topic from 50%. Okay. I hope you got the answer now. Like for suppose he needs, like for suppose he say that, Shiva, I need the Kubernetes or I need some logging tool which makes in present my company I'm using it. I need to learn this. Can you please teach me something like on this, or can you add this into the syllabus where I can do it? Yes, of course I can do that. Why? Because he needs that and I will do it. But it doesn't mean I will start from the 50% onwards. If we ask, for suppose he requests that, can you add ELK in the syllabus? Already it's there, but just if he asks, can you add ELK in the syllabus? Then I will add ELK in the syllabus, but I will start from the scratch only. It doesn't mean like I will be jumping into the directly to the 50% advanced level or anything. We have to start. Okay, I can make a request of him saying that, okay, I will add in the syllabus, but I will go from the scratch. I will not be jumping directly into the advanced level where other cannot understand. Okay, is it clear, Gopi?
Yes, yeah, understood. Uh, yeah, also Shiva, one more question. Uh, So the thing is, you said, you'll be teaching everything, in an order. And so you have mentioned here project one, two, three, and so on, right? So are there, something that's related to, what we say, uh, uh, what they say is, some live projects and all. Is there something related to that, or it's different to this live projects?
What I can say is like these are the live projects only. Okay, but you are not a but we are not a developers. Okay, where I can create something and show it to you. Okay, my point of thing is like as a cloud engineer, a DevOps engineer in this 11 years of experience. Okay, where I can say that you are the developer. For suppose you are the developer, you give me the project, I will be deploying it. I'll show it to you. Okay, I will not create something. Okay, I hope you understand. Like it's a live project. As a from the DevOps perspective, it's not a development perspective. I cannot say like I will create a project of something like say let's create something what do you say what do you say some application, or let's create some food delivery app or food delivery application. I think so. That is not the this DevOps is not the right area which you are looking for. If it is that you are looking, okay, we are not developing something. We are deploying it. As a DevOps engineer, you are to deploy the application. That's all I told you. Regardless of any application, okay, you just give me. I will deploy it and show it to you. Okay, that is the DevOps engineer responsibility. But if you are searching for the area where you have to develop, okay, let's develop an application of food delivery, or let's develop an application of e-commerce website. That is not here. Okay, that is not here. We are not a developers. We are a DevOps engineer where I can say that I can deploy anything. Okay, I can deploy in a mobile application. I can deploy a web application. I can deploy any application. Okay, I can show you the live project. All these are the live projects where I will be showing you how to deploy any kind of application with a different kind of tools. Okay, but you cannot expect saying that, okay, we deployed it. Let me show me the application. Let me show me the e-commerce. It's not something like that. Okay, if you are searching something like that, you have to learn the development. You have to learn the JavaScript. You have to learn the front end, full stack. What is database? What is that? Okay, you have to learn these kind of things to develop your own application. Okay, is it clear, Gopi?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, these are the
Yep.
live projects, but DevOps perspective. But don't ask me after the project completion, Shiva, show me the application. It's not the application we are showing it. Okay, we are showing the process of deploying it. Okay, as a DevOps engineer, that is your responsibility. It's not like something. And moreover, I will not show you something like a hello world or something. Don't worry about it. I can show you the application which is already there. Okay, but it's not like what do you say? I am developing an application. Okay.
Yes, yeah, got it.
Okay. That is misconception. Most of the people, not only you, most of the people will have. Most of the people I have seen that this is not only first time you were like some of the students saying that, sir, where is the application? See, we are not developing the application. We are deploying the application. Okay. We are taking the application, we are deploying it into the different environments with the automation process. Okay. That is the DevOps, not the development part. Okay. Any
Yes,
other
yeah.
question?
Yeah,
Any?
that'll be all from me. The only thing for me is, all the terminology that you mentioned are, kind of jumbled for me. The GitHub, everything Jenkins, Mavens, everything is a jumble. I don't know where exactly you will start. And I also don't expect
It's
you
the
know
same
to teach
problem. The
everything in
same problem.
demos. Yeah, but hopefully I can learn everything, in the classes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The same format. I will not even change the format or whatever, because this is the right format. I will be following it where it has to
Okay.
be. Okay. Because I cannot directly jump into the server, because some of the people will be expecting it. Like it's been already 2 weeks. You didn't even start how to create a server. Okay. Guys, before creating a server, you have to know what is meant by VPC, what is meant by IAM. Without knowing this, I cannot directly jump into the server. That's why I mentioned over here when I'm explaining about server, at least you will take 2 weeks of time to go there and create a server. Until 2 weeks, you will be learning all these things. Then only you will be able to create a server. Okay. That's why I'm saying, like, this is the right follow hierarchy. I follow it. Okay. Where you will be learning first, then doing the another topic. The dependency. I cannot directly jump into the one which it is not there. This is the right format I will be following. Nothing much, nothing less.
Yeah, perfect, Sivan. Thank you.
Okay.
That'll be all from me.
Any other persons?
One final query, Shiva. What is the difference between the roles of AWS solution architect professional and DevOps engineer? AWS DevOps.
See, that is one of the we were discussing, like, two different designations. See, AWS solution architect will be having the complete infrastructure related questions. Okay, he will ask you. Let's take an example of okay, S3. Okay, in the solution, I doesn't know whether you have written the exam or something, like you can say the solution architect. Okay, where they will ask you a question saying that how I can transfer the data from S3 from one account to another account. Okay, or from one account to some other person. Now, let's take an example of Gopi. Okay, you are the solution architect. Okay, from your account, there is no account to the Gopi. Okay, he has only the system. He doesn't have AWS. He doesn't know AWS. He knows he has his system. He knows technology, how to use the system. Now you have to transfer the data who doesn't have the AWS account, and you have to transfer the data from S3. You say that, hey Gopi, I have just recently went for a vacation to uh, Milan. And then Gopi will ask, can you send me some photos of Milan? Then your photos is in S3. You have to share the photos from S3 to his system. How you will be sharing it? Okay, these kind of things will be asking you in the what do you say, exam of solution architect or level of the solution architect. Okay, those kind of things they will be asking you. Now, but when it comes to the DevOps, it is an automation. Like, they will ask you a question saying that if I give you a task to create 100 servers, okay, how is your approach? That is a DevOps engineer question. Okay, that is a DevOps engineer question. What is your approach to create 100 servers? Okay, you cannot say that I will go and create each and every server line. Okay, you have to say that I will use the Terraform, or I will use the CI/CD automation process to create 100 servers at a time. Okay, the automation process of doing same thing again and again and again, okay, is the automation. Okay, it's like how you see the factories are creating, like, for suppose, if I want to create a body soap, okay, body lotion or body soap, of course the manual person will not be injecting the body lotion into the tube. Okay, there are machines, automation machines will be creating the body lotions, or the machine creating the body soaps, okay, in the perfect size and the shape. Okay, that kind of automation process you have to create. Okay, that is the DevOps engineer what do you say, question in the DevOps what do you say, any certification you want to do. Okay, these are the two different type of questions which you can, I hope you understand the answer now.
Yeah, got it. Now I'm clear.
Perfect. Any other questions, guys, from any other ones? Okay, great. I will be stopping for here now. Let's catch up in the first sessions. Okay, we'll start with a little bit of introduction of, as I told you, like how the cloud engineer came into the existence, how the DevOps engineer came into the existence. Then we'll directly jump into the Linux. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you.
You
Thank you.
too. You too.